In quantum physics, they started theorizing on these dimensions and were able to even analyze and discover some that they actually do exist. And on top of that, they realized that the dimensions are packed so tight on top of one another that if you can phase shift your atomic structure, your subatomic frequency, you can walk right into another dimension. If you draw a line on a piece of paper, that's the first dimension. If you then connect those lines and create a house on a piece of paper, that's a two-dimensional structure, or you can move it into a computer. Anything you see in a computer that looks 3D is actually 2D. And because we're in the third, we can see down into 2D, we can see all the way down obviously into 1D, and we can manipulate those dimensions from our higher selves. There are beings in fourth, fifth, and sixth dimensions. There's people above us. Because of that, they see us and they recognize the past, present, and future operating all at the same time. Everything's happening at once. There is no separation between the past, present, and the future. The arrow doesn't exist. Because they're higher than us, they can look down into the third and they can see into what we're doing.
The first dimension is the measurement of the one, understanding that everything is only one thing and there's only one reality that you can only measure by the amount of one, unity. That same thing also can be seen from two perspectives, which is positive and negative. This positive and negative creates the polarity that manifests two options of the unity, called time and space. Through time and space, the unity will be expressed. When time and space collapse to one another, they create the third one, which is the option of experiencing a third different point of that only unity. It's basically the unity staring at itself and experiencing itself.
The fourth dimension is something called a tesseract. If you go into the ancient text, it's Metatron's cube, meta, M-E-T-A, metaverse, right? They got that from Metatron's cube. Now this fourth dimension is really something called a quasi-crystal. And this quasi-crystal in the fourth dimension, it casts a shadow, and the shadow that it casts, it creates the realm that we're living in here. We're living in a shadow of a higher dimension. That shadow creates a third dimension. It actually creates a fractal of it, creates this fractal holographic matrix that we're actually maneuvering in the third dimension right now. You can address a fourth dimension of time like Albert Einstein was saying if you're just looking at a third plus a fourth being the arrow. But when you actually move up into another dimension, we now know in quantum physics that there is actually a fourth dimension. So all dimensions are in 90-degree angles of each other. And according to quantum theory right now, we're really anticipating that there's at least 11 dimensions, or otherwise the universe would collapse.
Basically, the fourth dimension is the process of the experiencing. As the only one thing starts to spin, that spinning is the fourth dimension. Then the awareness of that spinning is the fifth dimension, where all the data that you are living is recorded. The sixth dimension is, oh, now that I am aware of this, I can transform it into something different. So I can use the awareness of the fifth dimension, the spinning of the fourth dimension, the experience in the third dimension, and the polarity in the second dimension to transform the first dimension. That's the sixth dimension. And once you get the transformation of that, you become enlightened because you understand that you are God. You are transforming your own reality. That's the seventh dimension, the place where the archangels live. It's the resonance, the vibration of the understanding of the whole through times and space. And when that expansion from the seventh dimension gets to converge to itself, creates the eighth dimension, which is eternity. So eternity is that every being is living everything and you can perceive every timeline and every possible reality, which brings you to complete understanding of every one of the parts. And that's the ninth dimension, which is the divine. So the ninth dimension is the I get it, I am. And the ninth dimension takes you to the oneness again, the first dimension. But in this time, because it's a new cycle, we call it the 10th. In the ninth dimension, it has awareness. The ninth dimension is, oh, I am. It's not that you have to go from one dimension to another to reach the ninth. The only way you can reach the ninth is through the sixth and the third. So the ninth dimension can be only comprehended by the ability to transform, sixth dimension, the third dimension, the matter. So you can only reach God from the third dimension. There's no way to reach God from the second or the fourth or the eighth. The only way to reach it is by living in the third dimension. And that's why all the beings needs to create an experience in order to assimilate all the other dimensions. And when they reach to transform from the sixth dimension, the third dimension, you become God, the creator. That's why it's not like you are in the third dimension and you have to go to the fourth dimension. I've heard many people saying we are going to the fifth dimension. No, We are not going because it's a dimension, it's not a place. You never go to the fifth dimension. You understand the fifth dimension from the third dimension. You just simply change your perspective of who you are. So it's not that you leave the third to go to the fifth. Every being in existence needs to go through these 4 stages, which is expression, experimentation, integration, and transcendence. And it doesn't have to be very philosophical. An expression is just a spark. Experimentation is the fire and the burning. Integration is ashes. And transcendence is the heat. That's a way of transcend. It's like before you burned, but now you are giving heat to someone or enlightening someone that needed the fire. So transcend is go beyond your shape or what you can do and become a part of someone else. That's how would be the process, for example, for the fire. The water does, solid, liquid, these different states. So in a person's life, it's about do something creative or do something, whatever, an action, and experience that, and then integrate what you have learned from that. And then transcend would be to let it go so others can do something new with that. The process is constantly that.
One thing people don't understand is that everything in the third dimension is made of light. And so we are light and light is us. We know that the illusion of this avatar body and this chair I'm sitting on and the table that you're sitting at, what is this? This is slowed down light waves. When you slow light down and then consciousness interacts with it, it collapses it into what we call solid matter. So solid matter is actually an illusion.
Right.
For example, the only thing stopping my hand from going through this chair is the repulsion of the electromagnetic frequencies. I don't actually touch the chair. And so if I can phase shift the atomic frequency of my hand to match the same frequency of the atoms in this chair, I'd pass my hand right through it because atoms are 99.999% empty space. Because of that, we're a fractal. We have consciousness, which is also light. A fractal is when you take, for example, if you look at a hologram, and you go to one part of the hologram, one tiny piece, and look at it, you'll see the entire image in that smallest piece. The only thing you lose is a little bit of resolution. And so it's important for people to understand that this entire realm is a fractal of a whole. We're a fractal of the universe, and our consciousness, even though it's one consciousness, it's also a fractal of the main master consciousness. And it's really incredible that every thought that you think in your skull, it leaves your skull as a form of a light wave. Every time you think, and we know this because we can put a cap on your head in a laboratory, put a little electrodes on it, sensors, and tell you to think about something, and it's going to show up on the computer screen because the computer's reading the light waves coming out of your skull. We can't see those waves because we can only see 1% of the light spectrum as human beings. We're limited. We don't see gamma rays. We don't see ultraviolet. We have this power of thought, which you have an ability to even travel through light, leaving your mind and traveling light. You can actually connect to other realms, other dimensions, through conscious thought. Quantum entangling your light waves with other light waves that exist in the universe, not only in the third dimension, but even multiple dimensions. Your mind can entangle with somebody on the other side of the universe. A lot of the times, you can say, I came up with this great idea, but you really didn't. You just downloaded that idea because you entangled with the information.
The understanding of dimensions is not to go to those dimensions, but to understand that everything is working for only one thing and there's no others. It's something natural, mainly in mammals, that we try to survive and protect what we think we are so we can survive as long as we can. So that's why anything that could be different for ourselves is an illness. So that's why we shield, we protect ourselves, and we say, no, this is my point of view and this is the truth. And that's okay if you live through the unconsciousness. When you live through the unconsciousness, it's all about survival and following the flow, and it's not bad. Actually, the unconscious of the universe is the one that enables the energy to flow. The huge, big movements of people is unconscious, and that's the thing that enables to create, to manifest. So it's not something bad to be unconscious. It's useful for the universe. But if you are trying to be aware or conscious, that thing of trying to protect your point of view is very difficult because there's no one point of view. Raise your vibration doesn't mean to get out from the lower vibration. It means to rise up the lower vibration. What this means, that usually we commit the mistake of saying, this is all low vibration for me. I have to live in a very high vibration, so I have to get out from this. Well, actually, the universe is basically a closed system, meaning that as higher you go up, the faster you go down at the same speed. Basically, the low vibration is the one that holds you in existence. And the high vibration is the one that expands you to any existence. If you just go to the high vibration, you will expand, but it won't be easy for you to manifest. Because, of course, in the fifth dimension, it's perfect, but in the third dimension, you have to eat. And some people forget about that. And this is because of religion. Religion has settled in our minds the idea that we have to go away from our bodies. We have to rise our vibration to reach heaven. That idea got stuck in us in different kinds of philosophies. And we forgot the main concept of all this, which is in nature. Nature is the best explanation of how the universe works. And we just created an idea that is fake. And when you see a plant, the first thing that a plant does, roots. Go deep and deep, because in the darkness, you find the minerals to absorb the water, the emotion, to absorb. And with that, you produce something, this glucose, that creates something that we call love. And that love is the links that you expand to everyone around. And that's the branches. So you create your center, you expand your branches with love, and you open yourself to receive information through the leaves, the light. So you receive the light. What for? To create something, a project. The project is called fruit. So you create a fruit, but the fruit is not the goal. The goal of the fruit is to nourish the seed. And where the seed goes? Down to the ground, to the darkness again, to create a new tree. So the whole project of reaching the light is just to go back to the darkness. And nature shows you that in a very beautiful way all the time. And we are just trying to escape. So if you want to be a tree, the tree of life in the universe must be a balance between both sides. So what is to rise your vibration is basically to allow yourself to transform constantly in that process, not to get stuck in the same pattern all the time. When we talk about rising your vibration, is not to leave something behind, is to understand it in a different way so you can use it properly. And that would be rising your vibration. Expand your mind to understand different options of why you have to leave this darkness, or why you have this problem, or these kind of things. Because usually problems, darkness, bad experiences are the minerals, the salts that you need to grow up.
Our health manifests in ways beyond the physical. Health issues first appear in our electromagnetic field before they manifest in our physical body. Some people refer to this field as your aura or your vibe, which is essentially a representation of your vibration. At the center of this field is the heart. It's where our emotions resonate. Our thoughts, on the other hand, emanate from the brain. To understand the interplay, consider emotions as being magnetic, while thoughts are electric. Interestingly, your heart is electrically 100,000 times stronger than the brain, and magnetically 5,000 times stronger. This means every emotion you feel sends vibrations into this field. This might explain why you can often sense the emotions and vibrations of people when you're close to them. To maintain this electromagnetic field, our bodies benefit from electrical food, fruits and vegetables. They're charged by the sun, providing natural energy. Some argue against consuming meats, suggesting they deplete this field. Within our electromagnetic field lie what many refer to as chakras, which are essentially 7 energy centers. Misuse or neglect of these centers can draw energy from your field, weakening your aura. However, rather than focusing solely on chakras, it might be more beneficial to work on the mind, since it plays a crucial role in balancing these energy centers. Within us operates a sophisticated energy system, reminiscent of a battery. This isn't merely about the palpable, such as our heart's rhythmic beats or the rapid firing of our neurons. It extends to the more abstract realms of emotions and thoughts. Just as a device might run optimally or falter based on its battery charge, our efficiency, mood, and even resilience are governed by our internal energy levels. Our emotional states mirror this charge. When brimming with optimism or motivation, our internal battery is potent and vibrant. Conversely, feelings of lethargy or despondency signal a depletion, urging us to replenish our reserves. A less explored yet profound influencer of this energy balance is sound, specifically the frequency of 432 Hz. Research suggests that music tuned to this frequency can promote inner healing and stimulate the body's energy centers. In many ancient cultures, 432 Hz was considered the harmonious tune of the universe, aiding spiritual development and healing. Various external factors can influence this energy balance. Nutrition acts as fuel. A nourishing meal can invigorate us, while constant unhealthy choices might lead to a gradual energy drain. Sleep acts as a restorative process, mending and rejuvenating our battery. Physical activity stimulates our system, enhancing overall vitality. Interpersonal relationships too play a role. Uplifting conversations can be energizing, whereas constant negativity can sap our strength. Yet our internal energy system possesses a remarkable feature: self-regeneration. Through mindfulness practices like meditation or even deep breathing, we can tap into our reserves, rejuvenating ourselves. Integrating the healing sounds of 432 Hz can further amplify this regeneration. These methods allow us to access and harness our inherent power, guiding us back to balance. In the journey of life, awareness of our biological battery's state is crucial. It empowers us to make informed decisions, ensuring we maintain equilibrium, optimizing our well-being, and harnessing our full potential. From a cellular perspective, our bodies are a marvel of bioelectricity. Neurons transmit information via electrical impulses, and our cardiac cells generate electrical rhythms that keep our heart beating. When these biological energies are disrupted or imbalanced, we feel charged emotionally, echoing the state of awaiting resolution. Furthermore, in the field of thermodynamics, the concept of entropy states that systems tend to evolve toward a state of maximum disorder or randomness. This can be likened to societal consequences meted out in courtrooms. Legal proceedings aim to restore order, much like scientific processes aim to balance out entropy. In essence, our linguistic patterns, often taken for granted, bridge disciplines. The intricate dance between law, human experiences, and science paints a picture of a universe seeking balance. It's a continuous endeavor to maintain equilibrium, be it in the court of law, within our physiological confines, or the vast expanses of scientific phenomena. Our bodies are intricate systems, not just cells and tissues, but also of electrical and magnetic energies. Every heartbeat, neuron fire, or muscle twitch is accompanied by an electrical impulse, sending ripples through our personal electromagnetic field. This phenomenon finds its roots in cellular biology. For instance, the very act of a neuron transmitting information is an electrical event, referred to as an action potential. When billions of these neurons act in tandem, they produce detectable rhythms known as brain waves. Similarly, the synchronized contraction of the heart muscle generates an electrical pattern, which can be charted through an electrocardiogram, an ECG. Beyond these physiological processes, this electromagnetic field, or our aura, carries subtler information. Subtle imbalances, potentially leading to future ailments, can manifest here first. Think of it as the delicate surface of a pond. While it may be calm on the surface, the slightest disturbance from below creates visible ripples. Hence, our vibe isn't just an abstract concept, it's an actual representation of our internal state. By tuning into these energies, by being aware of shifts in our electromagnetic self, we equip ourselves with an intuitive tool, one that potentially anticipates health challenges, giving us a chance to address issues even before they manifest physically. The heart and brain, two of the body's most vital organs, serve as the epicenters of our emotional and cognitive experiences. Their interplay has long been a subject of fascination, and recent scientific explorations provide insights that bridge the worlds of emotion, thought, and energy. The heart, often symbolized as the seat of emotion, is more than a mere pump. Its rhythmic beats are governed by an intricate network of pacemaker cells, which produce electrical impulses, enabling coordinated contractions. This electrical activity is so pronounced that technologies like the electrocardiogram, ECG, can map it out, providing crucial information about cardiac health. But here's where it gets profound. The Heart Math Institute's research suggests that the heart's electromagnetic field can be detected several feet away from the body. Furthermore, emotional states, from stress to joy, alter this field's characteristics. For instance, feelings of compassion or appreciation generate a smoother, more harmonious waveform, while frustration or anger produce a more chaotic output. The brain, our cognitive powerhouse, is no less extraordinary. Every thought and decision emerges from electrical interactions among billions of neurons. Electroencephalography, EEG, captures these patterns, showcasing how varied brain states, from deep meditation to problem solving, have distinct electrical signatures. However, the heart's electromagnetic strength, eclipsing that of the brain, sheds light on the profound influence of emotions. Think of moments when someone's mood palpably affects a room, even without verbal communication. This isn't mere intuition, it's the heart's powerful field at play. This nexus between the heart and brain underscores the importance of emotional wellness in tandem with cognitive health. As science delves deeper into this realm, it offers a holistic view, one where feelings and thoughts are intertwined, each influencing and reflecting the other in a complex dynamic dance of energy. Our bodies, in essence, are complex chemical reactors where countless exchanges and reactions occur every moment. The fuel for these reactions, our food, therefore has implications not just for our physical health, but also our energetic balance. Plants, through the process of photosynthesis, capture sunlight and convert it into energy. When we consume fruits and vegetables, we're essentially ingesting the sun's stored energy. This is evident in the principles of the trophic pyramid, where energy is transferred from one level to the next in the food chain. The purest and most direct energy comes from plants, which form the base of this pyramid. A compelling example of this is seen in the electric potential difference of foods, commonly measured in millivolts or MV. Fresh, raw vegetables, for instance, can have a positive electric potential in the range of several hundred MV. This potential signifies an inherent vitality or life force, which could contribute positively to our own bioelectric systems when consumed. In practice, these concepts highlight the importance of mindful consumption. By choosing foods rich in life force, like organic produce grown in optimal conditions, or ethically sourced proteins, we not only benefit physically, but also ensure that our energetic self receives the most harmonious nourishment possible, promoting a vibrant equilibrium within. At the intersection of ancient spiritual traditions and contemporary understandings of bioenergy lie the chakras. While they find their origins in early Indian scriptures, modern holistic health practices and certain scientific explorations offer fresh perspectives on these energy vortexes. Each chakra corresponds to specific physiological and psychological aspects. The root chakra, for instance, is traditionally associated with foundational needs and security. Scientifically, its location aligns with the adrenal gland, responsible for our fight-or-flight response. When we feel threatened or insecure, this chakra may become overactive, reflecting a hyperactive adrenal state. The heart chakra, located in the chest region, aligns with feelings of love, compassion, and connection. Notably, studies on heart coherence, especially from institutions like the HeartMath Institute, showcase how genuine feelings of love or gratitude create harmonious heart rhythms, which can be measured using technologies like the electrocardiogram. Yet another example is the third eye chakra, associated with intuition and insight. Its position corresponds with the pineal gland, a small endocrine gland in the brain. Recent scientific discourses discuss the gland's potential role in producing melatonin and dimethyltryptamine, DMT, substances linked with sleep patterns and visionary experiences, respectively. An energetic imbalance in any chakra could be likened to a clogged water wheel. Just as a blocked wheel disrupts the flow of a stream, causing stagnation, an imbalanced chakra hampers the free flow of energy through our system. Over time, if unaddressed, these blockages can manifest as physical or psychological ailments. In essence, understanding chakras, both through ancient wisdom and contemporary science, provides a roadmap. By nurturing and balancing these energy centers, we can ensure a harmonious flow of vitality, fostering a state of well-being that resonates through every facet of our existence. The mind is an astonishing entity, governing the vast complexities of our perceptions, feelings, and actions. Throughout history, both science and ancient philosophies have endeavored to unravel its mysteries, consistently highlighting its profound influence on our overall well-being. Scientifically, the mind's potency is evident through the lens of psychoneuroimmunology, which studies the intricate links between our thoughts, nervous system, and immune responses. For instance, chronic stress stemming from negative beliefs or persistent worries can lead to the release of stress hormones like cortisol. Over time, excessive cortisol can weaken the immune system, making the body more susceptible to illnesses. Furthermore, the concept of neuroplasticity underscores the mind's adaptability. This principle suggests that our brain's structure and functions can change based on our experiences and thoughts. A notable example is the practice of meditation. Consistent meditation has been shown through MRI scans to increase cortical thickness in the hippocampus, a brain region responsible for learning and memory. Emotions too play a pivotal role. Research from Dr. Masaru Emoto proposed that human consciousness through emotions and intentions could influence water's molecular structure. In his experiments, water exposed to positive words or music formed symmetric and harmonious crystals, whereas negative exposure led to disordered formations. Given that our bodies are predominantly water, the implications of such findings, if further validated, are profound. In essence, the mind acts as the maestro, orchestrating a symphony of reactions throughout our body and energetic field. To foster harmony in our chakras and aura, one must first cultivate a balanced and positive mental landscape. It underscores the ancient wisdom that true healing and equilibrium start from within, emphasizing the critical importance of mental and emotional self-care in our holistic well-being journey. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you or added value, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Until next time, keep listening, keep earning, and keep growing. Stay blessed.